Good puzzle YouTube, what's up? How's it going, everybody? Have for y'all today the team builder for week 6 of the APA. Of course, if you guys are excited for this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and down below, and let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about our matchup and what you maybe would have brought to this match. Would like to see if you guys maybe brought something different. I don't know, let me know in the comment section below. So this week we are facing the New York Cosmogs, coached by Phantombass. I think it's Bass, right? Yeah, not Phantombass, not like the fish. But his channel link and stuff will be down below for you guys to go check out. So unfortunately, we're coming off of a very a bad luck Leo loss in week 5. So I think we've gone win, loss, win, loss, and then hopefully we can pull out a win this week. We are currently 3-2. The good thing though is that we are still like at least one match ahead, I want to say, from still maintaining our #1 spot in our division. Again, for those of you who don't know, the top 2 of each division move on to playoffs, so as long as we stay in the top 2, we should be fine. And we were #1 by at least 7 points, I want to say. So unless we get tossed and the #2 seed wins like 6 or 5, 4-0 potentially, then we should still maintain our #1 spot. But hopefully we can pull a victory out this week. I do not want to take 2 losses in a row. So yeah, let's take a look at the team matchup, which is down below me. Of course, the top 6 Pokemon, as always, are what I'm mainly expecting my opponent to want to bring. So look at my team and look at Mamoswine, and just everything dies. There's no way around it, guys. Literally, Mamoswine just like, oh hey, I just click my stabs or Stone Edge and everything dies. So yeah, keep in mind I didn't draft this draft, so yeah. Mamoswine, a humongous terror in this matchup. Scolipede is very scary as well. His Z move mons are Thundurus and the Flygon. So those are really nice just because we don't have to worry about Z-move Scolipede. Z-move Scolipede could actually be very scary. But just a Life Orb, Protect 3 attack Scolipede in general is a very terrifying mon. Speaking of Thundurus, that thing is absolutely terrifying as well in this matchup. However, though, the good thing about it is that I don't think he's going to want to bring Prankster Thunderwave Thundurus, because as you can see, he's got Tapu Fini. Next off, Bronzong I definitely expect to come, because between Swellow, Diggersby, and Tauros, I have a very scary normal spam core that he may have to deal with. So I 100% expect the Bronzong to come to this matchup to deal with our normal types and just kind of try and switch into sponge hits. The good thing though is that Bronzong can be overwhelmed, so that's going to be really nice. Mega Heracross and Tapu Fini, I'm a little bit iffy on. I kind of expect maybe Finley to come over Mega Heracross, so maybe should have switched those 2 around. But Finny I think definitely has to come, because it's really his only switch into Hydreigon. Like if I bring Focus Blast Hydreigon, then there's not really much Umbreon can do to us, and I can also have Superpower, so I expect Finny to definitely come. Mega Heracross, I'm a little bit iffy on if he is going to want to bring it or not. Yeah, Mega Heracross is kind of in the same boat as Mamoswine, where we don't really switch into it too well, but at the same time, it's kind of really slow, so we can take advantage of that low speed stat. Then again, he has brought Mega Heracross, I think, to every match so far. So I do kind of expect him to want to bring the Mega Heracross. Umbreon can definitely come over one of the top 6 mons. I can definitely see that happening. Mega Aerodactyl, not Mega Aerodactyl, sorry. Regular Aerodactyl could potentially come as his check to Mega Beedrill. Like, Mega Beedrill does kind of put in the work to his team. Yeah, he's got Mamoswine, but with Mega Beedrill speed stat, we can run a lot of defense EVs. So that could potentially be coming. I don't expect them to want to bring Flygon, just because we have Ice Shard on our Donphan. I can run Scarf Manchow, Scarf Tauros I've ran twice already, so if he's seen any of our matchups, he could definitely expect that. Zangoose, I'm not really sure if he would want to bring Zangoose. Like, I mean, I guess it is kind of hard to switch into, but there's so many mons that we have that easily outspeed it. Like Mega Beedrill can just come in, chew a quick attack, and then knock it out. Go-Goat I really don't expect to come, so yeah. With that being said, let's go ahead and look at the first team member here. We got Bugs Bunny, aka the Diggersby. Look at Choice Banded Diggersby and look at his team. Literally everything and anything is straight 2-hit KO'd by Jolly Choice Banded Diggersby, which is absolutely amazing. Quick attack is going to be excellent to get off some very needed damage on potentially the Flygon, the Thundurus, or even the Scolipede, in case they try to boost up or their speed is too high, or if I just need to pick them off. Choice Banded Quick Attack does a lot of damage to those frail offensive mons of his. Return legitimately 2-hit KOs everything except for Bronzong, and even then, like Bronzong, I definitely expect to be running a maybe mixed defensive set, and if it is mixed defensive, I can always just straight 3-hit KO at the return depending on how much physical bulk he is exactly running. If not, then Fire Punch is a straight 2-hit KO unless he's running Heat Proof, which I really don't think he's going to want to run Heat Proof on the Bronzong, just because we could potentially bring spikes on our Diggersby, and spike stacking against him would be very detrimental to him. And then Wild Charge straight nukes Tapu Fini if I need to put myself in that scenario. So Wild Charge is only about a 2-hit KO on Tapu Fini. If he brings Tapu Fini, I expect more of like a mixed defensive set, as opposed to like a purely physically defensive set, so that could be really, really nice. A U-turn, I would have loved to have U-turn as a 5th move here on Diggersby, just because being able to gain that momentum off of that extremely hard-hitting U-turn would have been absolutely phenomenal, but I really think I need the 4 moves that I currently have. We are running enough speed, I believe, to outspeed a Jolly max speed Mega Heracross, so it was just running max speed Jolly on Diggersby. But Diggersby can just about live any one hit as long as it's not like very super effective, or ignore that sentence. As long as it's not a very hard hitting super effective move, we should be able to live any one hit. Some neutral moves can maybe knock us out, but if I'm able to keep this at full HP, Diggersby should easily claim at least 1 or 2 KOs, which is going to be really, really nice. So as long as I play this correctly and I don't mess up, this thing should be putting in a lot of work. Next off, we have Nakamura, aka Manchow, making his debut in week 6. Yeah, it's been 6 weeks since it's taken me to bring Manchow, and Scarf Manchow honestly has a really nice matchup in this game. Just because it allows me to revenge kill a lot of his team, which is going to be very, very handy. So Aerial Ace, of course, is only for the Mega Heracross. We don't quite knock out Mega Heracross with 1 Aerial Ace, but we do a really good amount of damage to it. I think like the minimum is 70%, or if he's running a lot of HP, it's like 60%, so after a little bit of chip, we knock it out. Poison Jab, of course, is only really for the Tapu Fini. If we need to pick it off and we come into that scenario, then that shouldn't be entirely too bad. Reckless High Jump Kick can more or less be spammed freely against his team once the Tapu Fini is very weakened. As long as Bad Luck Leo does not strike again, we should be putting in some work with Manchow here. And then of course U-turn is nice to be able to gain us some type of momentum. So yeah, Manchow is just mainly here as our dedicated revenge killer and just kind of hard hitting physical mon. I almost wanted to put Regenerator over Reckless, but I'm not really too sure about that. Like, the extra power from Reckless is super nice for High Jump Kick, and I really couldn't fit Stone Edge on this set because I would much rather have that super effective hit against Tapu Fini if I don't have anything else on my team. So yeah, I had to go with Poison Jab over Stone Edge, and I definitely like this set. I think the set can definitely put in some work. Next off, we have our quote-unquote Mamoswine switching, because as long as he does not click the the Stone Edge on my predicted switch into Rotom Heat, we should be in an okay position because I can switch into Icicle Crash, obviously. I switch into Knockoff, and of course I switch into Earthquake, and then we are running enough speed to outspeed Jolly Mamoswine in case he does want to bring Jolly Mamoswine to guarantee outspeeding Diggersby, because I think Jolly Diggersby also outspeeds Adamant Mamoswine. I'm not actually entirely too sure. Let me double check just to make sure. Hold on, because I don't want you guys... Yeah, we definitely outspeed Adamant Mamoswine. So if he's Jolly, he outspeeds us by 2 points. But if he doesn't bring Jolly Mamoswine, then that's actually another Mon that Diggersby can outspeed as well. So that's super, super nice. We have Hidden Power Ice for the Flygon. Mainly just because it does like a clean 80% if he's not running a very bulky set or if he's not running Yache Berry. Volt Switch just to maybe gain some momentum off of his potential hard switches into the Tapu Fini or the Umbreon Overheat. Of course, just kind of smacks his entire team except for the Fini and the Umbreon, which we can just Volt Switch out against, or we can Pain Split them down and get off some damage on them. The physical defensive ease just ensures that an Adamant Life Orb Stone Edge should not knock us out after Stealth Rocks, or at least the roll is very, very highly in my favor. And then I guess in that case he could maybe go for the Ice Shard, but there is maybe a chance that he won't have the Ice Shard, although he should. But we should be able to live a Stone Edge into an Ice Shard depending on rolls, which is really, really nice. So next off, we have our second Scarfer in the form of Jirachi. So double Scarfers again making a return to the squad. In our first matchup in week 2, double Scarfs really helped us out, and I really feel like double Scarfs in this game will also help us out. Originally I wanted to bring something like Z-Trick Jirachi with a Meteor Mash so we could gain the +2 speed, and then we have a 40% chance to gain a physical attack boost. But the thing about that set is that if I'm not able to gain an attack boost, then I'm not realistically doing too much damage to his team. And even though it is a 40% chance, it's still not really that good in my favor. So I figured that Scarf Jirachi was going to be able to work out just as well. This is a great kind of like pivot Mon. We can scout with this Mon as well. Between Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, and U-Turn, I think we do hit everything for neutral or super effective damage, which can definitely come in handy. And then of course we do have nice old Stealth Rocks here, because if he doesn't bring a Tapu Fini, then he doesn't have any form of hazard removal unless he's got Defog on the Flygon or potentially on the Aerodactyl. So the great thing about that is that we beat Aerodactyl, and then if he's got Flygon, I can always maybe Iron Head that down, flinch it down potentially, and we should be able to get up our Stealth Rocks. And thanks to the HP investment, as long as we haven't taken more than like 20% damage, we can always guarantee live a Earthquake from Adamant Life Orb Scolipede, if I'm not mistaken, and Scolipede is not a Z-move Mon, so this is where that kind of helps out. As long as Jirachi doesn't take too much damage in this match, we can tank one hit from Scolipede, and then Zen Headbutt should be able to knock it out after Stealth Rocks, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm really hoping Jirachi does put in a lot of work here. We can maybe catch a couple things off guard because, again, we are running the double Scarfs, and we do have enough speed to outspeed Mamoswine, which I think is his only real other Scarfer he would want to bring. Like, if he brings Scarf Flygon, I'm not really going to be concerned about that, I think, just because we have Donphan, we have Tangrowth, and we also have the potential of bringing physically defensive Impish Tauros, if he maybe considered that. So I don't expect him to bring Flygon, although I do expect a Scarfer in this match, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe a Scarfer could definitely come, but I don't think he would want to bring Scarf Flygon, because whatever he locks himself into, then I just get an appropriate switch into that move he's locked into, and then we go from there. So next off, we have Tomas the Tangrowth here, just rocking a standard, very Spadef bulky Assault Vest set. This is my real only answer to Thundurus. Now, of course, Thundurus can have the Acid Downpour, so I will have to be very careful with that if he does want to bring that. There's also the chance that he's just going to want to bring a mixed Life Orb set of Thundurus, or maybe like physical Thundurus. I'm not really too sure. But Rock Tomb is super nice because Rock Tomb helps us to stop the Scolipede from potentially speed boosting too much. We can also Rock Tomb the Thundurus for some super effective damage and lower its speed if it turns out to be an agility set. And I think at -1 speed, Thundurus is actually outsped by Diggersby, which is really awesome. We have Hidden Power Flying in case he does want to try and substitute up with his Mega Heracross, or if he over predicts, then HP Flying just absolutely nukes the Mega Heracross if we're able to live potentially a close combat or a Rock Blast, so that's pretty awesome. And of course, Energy Ball is super nice to be able to hit the Tapu Fini for super effective damage. Knockoff is very nice to get rid of leftovers, Cobra Berries, maybe Life Orbs, break Sashes, get rid of any potential berries or something along those lines. Tangrowth is really my main switch into things like Bronzong, Tapu Fini, and Umbreon. Part of me almost expects him to want to bring all 3 of those mods, but if he doesn't bring all 3, then this can deal with 2 of those 3 a lot easier, which is going to be really nice. And because of him having the Misty Terrain, he probably won't be carrying Toxic on the Bronzong or the Fini or the Umbreon, so that can also be very beneficial to us in this matchup. And then moving on to our final team member here, we have Bond Clay the Primarina, and I really messed around with Primarina a lot in this build. Like, I didn't really know what exactly I wanted to bring, and then I finally settled on this. As long as we are above, I believe, 60% HP, then we can always guarantee live 1 Adamant Life Orb Poison Jab from Scolipede, and then Psychic is a straight Oko, which is super nice. Between Hydro Pump, Moonblast, and Energy Ball, we can pressure his entire team. We 2-hit KO the Umbreon depending on rolls. We 2-hit KO or 3-hit KO the Tapu Fini, depending on if it is very Spadef bulky or not. And then Hydro Pump does about 40-ish%, I think, to even like max Spadef Bronzong, but I really don't expect them to bring max Spadef Bronzong to this match. So as long as I don't get unlucky with Hydro Pump, we should be able to pressure the Bronzong. And once Bronzong is gone, my Diggersby just comes in, I click return, and things just drop, which is super nice. And even then, return already does like about 20% to the Bronzong, so it can't safely switch in if we're able to get off a good amount of damage on it, so that's even better. So yeah, Primarina here is just kind of like a lure. We can also just absolutely nuke the Mega Heracross if he is not running the Bullet Seed, which I definitely think he's gonna need to run the Pin Missile, the Rock Blast, and Close Combat. And then his last move may be Substitute Swords Dance. I don't think he would want to bring Bullet Seed, although if he does bring Bullet Seed, then that means he doesn't have Substitute or Swords Dance, I think. So that could be really nice to figure out as well. But yeah, Primarina can definitely pressure his 3 walls of Bronzong, Fini, and the Umbreon. So yeah, guys, that is going to be our squad for this week. Let me know in the comment section below what y'all think about it, what you maybe would have brought differently, and also make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with the actual battle itself. So thank you all for watching. Later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks, yeah. 6 foot hacks.